Start crocheting the second increase. Here is another demo of increase. In this video, I will teach you how to make an increase in single crochet. An increase in single crochet means making one single crochet, then adding another single crochet. It means adding one single crochet on the current basis. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase in single crochet. So how do you make an increase in single crochet? Normally, you make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. For an increase, you make 2 stitches in 1 stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. This is an increase in single crochet. If it is an increase in double crochet, it means making 2 double crochets in 1 stitch. An increase means making 2 stitches in 1 stitch. Changing 1 stitch into 2 stitches. This is called an increase. Let me demonstrate again. Make 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Enter the same stitch again and make another stitch. This is called an increase. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. 1 stitch in 1 stitch. This is the regular way of crocheting. Now we are making single crochet, 1 stitch in 1 stitch. Making 2 stitches in 1 stitch is called an increase. Let's get back. Insert the hook and pull the yarn through. Then pull the yarn through. Wrap the yarn around the hook. Pull it through. Insert the hook. Pull the yarn through. Crochet it out. This is 2 increases. We need to crochet 6 increases. Three, 4, 5, 6 increases completed. After crocheting, make a slip stitch at the position of the first stitch. Here is another demo of split stitch. In this episode, we will learn how to make a slip stitch. Using the magic ring to start the piece. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch to join the last stitch to the first stitch. To connect the whole piece into a ring. After completing the stitch count for the first round. Now, let's make a slip stitch. First, find the first stitch of this round. The first stitch is marked with a stitch marker. This is the first stitch. To make a slip stitch, draw the loop to the middle of the hook. Use your right index finger to hold the loop. Insert the hook into the first stitch. Pass through the first stitch at the marked spot. When making a slip stitch, go through the V-shaped stitch. Penetrate the V-shaped stitch. Bring the yarn with the hook. Pull the yarn out through the first stitch. After pulling out, there are 2 loops on the hook. Bring the second loop onto the hook. Pull it through the original loop on the hook. Tighten the loop by repeatedly pulling. The slip stitch is completed. Connect the last stitch to the first stitch to form a circle. This is a slip stitch. Let's get back. Insert the hook and pull the yarn through. Pull it through in one motion. Then chain 1. Now start the third round. For the third round, crochet 1 single crochet and 1 single crochet, 1 increase. Repeat this for 6 sets. Here is another demo of single crochet. For a single crochet, bring the hook to the middle. Do not yarn over. Insert the hook into the stitch. Bring the yarn through with the hook. There are 2 loops on the hook. Pull the yarn through both loops. This is how to make a single crochet. Let's get back. 1 single crochet. Insert the hook below the standing into the base of the standing stitch. One single crochet. Then make the increase. Crochet 1 more increase. This completes 1 set. 1 single crochet. 1 increase. For the increase, crochet 2 stitches into 1 stitch. In the same stitch, crochet another stitch. Now we have 2 sets. Now, crochet for more sets. 1 single crochet. 1 increase. Crochet these stitches to the end. Crochet to the last stitch. Now make a slip stitch at the position of the first stitch. Crochet the next stitch. Form the shape with the first stitch. Make a slip stitch and pull it through in one motion. Now count 1 stitch. 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Start the 4th round. For the 4th round, crochet 18 single crochets. Insert the hook below the standing stitch. Below the standing stitch. First stitch. Then mark the first stitch. Here is another demo of where to place a marker. When making single crochet, have double crochet and double crochet. They all form a V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. The first stitch after the foundation chain is the first stitch of the round. If you can't find this stitch, place a marker after making the first stitch. Place a marker at the first stitch. Where to place the marker? Where to place the marker? The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. When crocheting, go through the entire V-shaped stitch. When placing the marker, Also go through the entire V-shaped stitch. The V-shaped stitch when viewed from the side. Place the marker by going through the entire V-shaped stitch. Next time, use the first stitch. Insert at the marker position. This is how to find the first stitch and place a marker. You might wonder, after making the first stitch and forming the V-shape, there is actually another V-shape in front. Why is the first stitch the one with the marker, and not the previous V-shape? Before making the first single crochet, make a foundation chain first. The foundation chain is not counted in the total stitch count. The foundation chain and the slip stitch at the end of each round are not counted. At the end of each round, make a slip stitch. Then, for the second round, make a foundation chain. These two stitches are not counted. Start counting stitches from the first stitch after the foundation chain. So place the marker at the first stitch, and not at the V-shape from the slip stitch. Let's get back. First stitch completed. After marking, start crocheting the second stitch. Crochet one stitch into each stitch. Crochet a full round. This is one stitch. Crochet the second stitch. Then continue crocheting downwards. Third stitch. Fourth stitch. This round requires 18 stitches. Just continue crocheting down. Shiba stitches. After crocheting, make a slip stitch at the position of the first stitch. Then remove the stitch marker. After completing the slip stitch, cut the yarn. This is crocheting for rounds. Leave a little yarn. Pull it in a little. Then turn it over and crochet the yarn end in. This is the front. Now, for the flower center, we need to turn it over. Then, Pull the yarn end through. Pull it through. After crocheting the yellow center, now attach the flower petals. Sew it to the flower. Just sew it onto the flower. Sew the outer root. This is the outer yarn. Sew along the edge of the chain stitches. This is the yarn. The thread is out of place. excess yarn ends. Just tuck the yarn into the flower center. Now it is sewn. Now start crocheting the flower stem. Once the flower stem is crocheted, attach the flower stem to the flower, then turn it over. Also, turn the flower stem over. Turn it over. Then crochet the yarn back through. Once crocheted back, tie the two ends together. Don't tighten the first round too much. Tighten it in the second round. Tighten it in the third round as well. Then cut the yarn. Then glue the exposed yarn ends in place. Then glue the exposed yarn ends on the flower center. Now the 12 petal daisy bookmark is finished.